Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 apartment speed build. So today's apartment is actually a two-story apartment. I found it in one of the buildings in San Myshuno, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I really like the way it was laid out with the outer walls, and I wanted to build in it. It seemed big enough to do this idea that I've kind of had for a while of building a really obvious family apartment. And what I mean by that is like real families. I feel like the toys and the kid items are kind of everywhere. They're not just in the kids' bedrooms like they are in The Sims, in all the builds that pretty much everyone does. There's not too much kid stuff outside of in the living room, just around. And so I really wanted to do a build that was really reflective of a family that has a lot of kids and has that kind of cluttered style of house. So with this apartment, I tried to make it pretty traditional, a little mismatchy, like a real family's house, and most importantly, full of kids' things. I tried to put every single kids' item in this house, and I think I managed it. I'm pretty sure. I even managed to include some of the bigger things from the kids' bedroom pack, I think it was called. So yeah, as you can see right here, I put the dollhouse and the art table in the living room because I just kind of felt like the kids would want to play out there while the mom was cooking and the dad was watching TV or something. That's just kind of how it seemed like it should go. Plus, the bedrooms upstairs I did make rather small because I wanted to fit quite a few bedrooms in the house. So there was a really room for some of these bigger items, and they just fit really perfectly in the living room and made it seem really like a comfortable place for kids to play and hang out in. Definitely contrasting some of the other apartments I've done, and especially some of the other houses in the Newcrest series. This one, the Beige Bliss house, is definitely not very kid friendly like this one. The parents clearly aren't worried or bothered by the fact that their kids are just being kids and playing with all their items. This foyer area, the walk-in area, was kind of difficult. It was just such a weird shape, and with the bathroom door there, I was having trouble making it seem like it was a nice flowing walkway. I do change it up later and it looks much better. I originally only planned to have 2 bathrooms in this house, but when I was building the upstairs, I decided to put in a 3rd bathroom, so I made the downstairs bathroom just a half bath instead of the full bath that I was thinking originally. Nothing in this house is really like fancy or breakable. There's even a microwave in the kitchen because kids like to use the microwave and make their little meals or whatever. I added these really cool lamps. I don't know, I've never seen them before in the game, but they look really good. Like a little fancy, but still pretty traditional. I went with a pretty neutral color scheme in general. Lots of grays, lots of browns. I did the navy blue walls because it felt pretty traditional in that sense as well. The dark hardwood floors because that's always in these traditional houses. I also kept the artwork really kid-friendly as well. Just lots of colors, lots of fun pieces. Nothing like boring for a kid to look at, kind of. Now, oddly enough, I didn't actually think of a family to live here because for this one I wanted to keep it just very, very neutral, very easy for any Sim family to come in and live here and make it their own. I didn't want to make it really particular to one type of family, like a really modern family or a hippie family or anything like that. I just kept it really basic, and I was even planning on making both of the kids' bedrooms neutral rooms, but as I was building it, I was just seeing so many of the cool kid bedroom stuff that came with the pack, and I just had to use it. And some of them are pretty particular to gender, like butterflies I wouldn't assume you would find in a boy's bedroom too often. I mean, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I just, like I said, I was trying to keep it pretty neutral, so I tried to stick to some gender stereotypes with that. You can, of course, put any sim in the room that you want. You can put up your boy sim in the pink butterfly room. Doesn't matter to me. I was just thinking for pretty neutral, basic purposes to make the rooms a little more gender specific for the traditional players. Even the parents' bedroom is really plain and simple. I didn't put a lot of extra decor, and I made all the furniture pretty mismatched in color and like wood styles, so it looks like a real person's house. So yeah, here's the second bathroom that I was talking about. I just added it in. It's a pretty small and basic bathroom, and it connects to both of the children's rooms upstairs. And then I made the downstairs bathroom just a little bit smaller, so that area works out a lot better in the end. So yeah, now I'm starting with the kids' bedrooms. Like I said, I went neutral at first, but I quickly changed that and do something a lot more fun. Because frankly, there's not enough neutral kid items to make two fully decorated kids' bedrooms and still have them look nice and have different things. Yeah, I'm trying to go for some neutral artwork here, but I just wasn't feeling it. This looks weird to me and kind of like boring, and I don't know, I just didn't like the bed either, so I decided to put all the pink things in this room and all the more boyish things in the other room and make it fun that way. I also put a nursery bed, a crib or whatever I think it's called in the game. I put that in this bedroom, the small one. So there's one child bed, one crib, and then there's two children's beds in the other bedroom, so you can fit quite a large family in this house. So it fits almost as many Sims as my other family build. This one fits 6 with the 2-story apartment, but that one fit 7 with like the tiniest apartment imaginable. So yeah, this one is much nicer. Things are much easier to navigate around. Even if they are pretty small in the bedroom area, it's still nice. There's plenty of space to do everything. Now, I did struggle with this boy's bedroom quite a bit for some reason. It's so much bigger than the other bedroom, but I could not figure out how to fit everything in here. I wanted to put the puppet station and the science lab and a desk, and I couldn't just figure out how to get everything in there, and it was looking so boring. And there was no dresser, I realized at some point, and that in either bedroom, so that couldn't work out. The kids definitely need some kind of dresser to get dressed in and whatnot. So I end up putting the puzzle station on the porch, and then I put the desk out in the hallway like you just saw, and then I put the dresser in here, and I try to put some fun toys and stuff as well and make it seem like at least a little bit of a fun kids room. The girls' room looks pretty fun, and like you could imagine the girls playing in there together. By the way, I honestly don't know how the heck you're gonna fit a second bed in this house once the baby grows up, so maybe think about that before you fit 6 Sims in this house. You might want to stick to 5 and just age up one of the kids to fill up the beds that are already there, because you will have a hard time, I imagine. I mean, I suppose you could always get rid of that bathroom upstairs and then make space that way. So that's an idea. But yeah, I just thought of that, so be careful. Now, like I mentioned just a minute ago, this house did come with a porch. So I do go through and add a lot more kids' items on the porch to make sure there's all the items. I really love these little wall decals that came with the kids' stuff pack. So fun. Overall, I really like how this house turned out. I think the final price of the apartment was upwards of 30,000 simoleons. I think it might have been closer to 40. I'm not sure about that though. So it's not actually too bad of a price. You could probably move your Sims into this apartment at some point in a real gameplay if you had two working Sims and a family. I think you can manage it. And it would also work great as a starter family house if you're going to cheat a little bit and just move your Sims in to start a fun game in a really nice house. Sometimes I just like to do that to imagine that the Sims are sort of already set up in their lives, because it's not always fun to start from scratch if you plan to have a whole family. Like, what have those adults been doing all their young adult life if they don't have any money now? But anyway, play however you want, but you can do it either way with this house, which is cool, and not a lot of houses manage to do that, I think. Not the ones I build anyway. And I feel like compared to a lot of my builds, this house is actually looking a lot more realistic than some of the other ones. But that about ends it for this speed build. I'm just going to go through and do the porch like I mentioned earlier. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday and Saturday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!